Welcome back to Ingenious Accounts World. Petty Cash Book. A cash book for recording transactions of very small amounts. In every organization, there will be a large number of transactions of very small amounts like courier charges, postal charges, etc. And these payments or these transactions are generally repetitive in nature also. And if all these payments are handled by the cashier itself and are recorded in the main cash book, the cashier will become overburdened and the cash book become bulky. To avoid this, organizations normally appoint one more cashier to make these payments and a separate cash book is maintained to record these transactions or these payments. Such a cashier is called petty cashier and the cash book is called petty cash book. The cash book so maintained is called petty cash book. And the petty cashier normally works under imprest system. Then what is an imprest system? Under this system, in the beginning, the petty cashier will be given a fixed sum and this amount is known as imprest amount. Also, it is given for a particular period. And he will make payments from this amount. At the end of the period, he will balance the petty cash book and find out the total amount spent by him during that period. And he will get the reimbursement of the amount spent by him from the main cashier. Thus, again at the beginning of the next period, he will have the full imprest amount with him. Okay, and the format of a petty cash book is entirely different from the cash book that we can discuss while preparing the cash book. So today we are going to prepare a petty cash book. For that, here we have given a problem. Prepare a petty cash book. Received from head cashier rupees 1000, postal stamps rupees 55, erasers and sharpeners 25, bus fare rupees 75, speed post 90, courier charges 40, computer stationery 200, auto fare 60, refreshment 75 and unloading charges 150. Now the format of the petty cash book. Here it is. The first column is the amount received column, next one date, particulars, voucher number, amount paid and the last one analysis of payments column. First one, amount received. Here we have to write the amount received from the head cashier. Then date and then particulars. Here, the date and particulars columns are common for both amount received and amount paid. No separate columns. It is common for both amount received and amount paid. And in the date column, we have to write the date of each transaction. And in the particulars column, we have to write the details of the transaction. Here, for payments, we have to write the name of the specific item for which we have made the payment in the particulars column. And then we have to write the amount first in the amount paid column. All the amounts paid must be first recorded in the amount paid column. And then here we have one more section, analysis of payments. Here also we can provide columns for expenses. But here we cannot provide columns for each and every item of expenses written in the particulars column. So we can give columns for the common items or for the items which are repeatedly coming. For that items we can give separate columns. And also we can club two items and provide one column like printing and stationery, postage and telegram, etc. Thus, for common items we can provide separate columns and we can add one more column as miscellaneous expenditure column to record all the items for which we cannot provide separate columns. Okay, here I have provided columns for postage, printing and stationery, conveyance and miscellaneous expenditure. These are nothing but the names of accounts to which we are going to post the expenses. Okay, now we can prepare the cash book, petty cash book. First we have given the amount received from the head cashier rupees 1000. Amount received from the cashier that we have to record first, rupees 1000. First we have to write the date in the date column. Then in the particulars column we can write either cash or cash received. And then the amount in the amount received column, rupees 1000. This amount is called the impressed amount. Okay. Now we can record the payments. The first item, postal stamps. Then in the particulars column we have to write postal stamps itself. Then the amount we have to write in the amount paid column. First we have to write it in the amount paid column. Then in the analysis of payment section also we have to write this amount. There we can write this amount to postage. Postal stamps are related to postage. Then we can write this amount in the postage column also. That means we are charging this expense to postage account, or we are debiting this expense to postage account. Then first date, then in the particulars column postal stamps, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the postage column also. Okay. Now the next one, erasers and sharpeners. Erasers and sharpeners are items of stationery. So we can write it in the stationery column. Here it is printing and stationery column. Then first date, then in the particulars column erasers and sharpeners, then the amount in the amount paid column and in printing and stationery column. That means we are debiting the expenses for erasers and sharpeners to printing and stationery account. Next one, bus fare. Bus fare we can charge to conveyance account. It is related to conveyance now. Then we can write it in the conveyance column. Then first date, then in the particulars column bus fare, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the conveyance column also. Okay, that also completed. Next one, speed post. Speed post related to postage. Then we can write it in the postage column. Then first date, then in the particulars column speed post, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the postage column. Next one, courier charges. Courier charges also related to postage. So that also we can write in the postage column. Then first date, then in the particulars column courier charges, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the postage column. Okay. Next one, computer stationery, rupees 200. Computer stationery is also an item of stationery. So we can debit this expense to printing and stationery account. So first date in the date column, then in the particulars column computer stationery, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the printing and stationery column. Okay, next one, auto fare. Auto fare we can write in the conveyance column. Then first date, then in the particulars column auto fare, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the conveyance column also. Next one, refreshment. Refreshments we cannot write in postage, printing or stationery or conveyance. Refreshment is not related to any of these columns. So we cannot write this amount in any of these three columns. So we can write it in the miscellaneous expenditure column. Then first date, then in the particulars column refreshment, then the amount in the amount paid column and then in the miscellaneous expenditure column. Last one, unloading charges. Unloading charges also we cannot write in postage, printing or stationery or conveyance. It is not related to any of these. So that also we can write in miscellaneous expenditure column. So first date, then in the particulars column unloading charges, then the amount in the amount paid column and in the miscellaneous expenditure column. Okay. Now we can total the columns, the amount paid column and all the expenses columns. The total of amount paid column 770, postage 185, printing and stationery 225, conveyance 135 and miscellaneous expenditure 225. Now we can balance the petty cash book. For that, first we can total the amount received column. and it is 1000, and that we can write that total in the amount paid column also. And then the difference or the balance is 1000 minus 770 is equal to 230. Balance carry down 230. Now we can brought down the balance. Balance brought down on November 1st 230 in the amount received column. Okay. Here the total amount spent by him during that period is 770. So he will get a reimbursement for an amount of 770. Thus again in the next period he will have an amount of 1000 rupees with him. 230 is already with him as balance, and he will get a reimbursement of 770. Thus again he will have a balance of 1000 with him. 230 plus 770,000. Okay. That's all for today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you.